Alright, well, welcome back to Triple Bob's Bicycle Blog, and you've been wanting a comparison on the smooth factor of the EcoReco M3 and M5, and that's my plan today. I'm going to use my belt cam and give it to you. So up front here is the M3, front suspension, solid rear. Here is the M5, front suspension and rear suspension. So I'm going to use the belt cam and we'll zip up and down this street. It's a little rough here. And we'll get a feel for the roughness of these babies. So we'll start out on the M3. And this road's got a few rough spots. And there's a little roughness. Over the little bump there. Here's a nice rough spot here. And it's kind of rough, you know, definitely kind of hanging on a little bit. Okay. So we'll do it a couple times on each. I'm at full throttle now. We're moving along until 17 miles an hour. Okay, now let's do the same thing on the M5. Okay. And we'll do it a couple times and see if you can get a feel for it here. So now we're on the M5. And the first thing you notice is a little quieter. Definitely these bumps aren't nearly as rough. There's the rough spot right here. Much easier on my feet. I mean, not perfect, but okay. So the M5 definitely is a little smoother, no doubt about it. It's just not as rough on my feet. I went over that manhole cover like nobody's business. Okay, so once again we'll do the same thing on the M3, and you know, there's a definite difference. I mean, it's still a little on the rough side, but it's not bad. So we're back on the M3 again with no rear suspension, and you can tell it's a little noisier. And here's that rough spot again. Yeah, it's a lot rougher without a doubt. Now one thing too, you know, you can always just go a little slower, and it's not nearly as rough. Over the manhole cover. And then we're on the M3, and it is a little rougher, and a little noisier. Okay, back on the M5 again. And you will see, especially that one rough spot, so right off the bat it's quieter. And it's just not quite as rough on my feet. There's that rough spot. And you know, you can feel it, but the rear suspension helped smooth it out a fair amount. There's no two ways about it. So, you know, if it bothers you to have that roughness, the M5 is probably the way to go. It is much smoother, quieter. Well, hopefully that gives you a good idea of what we're talking about. Now, there was a little talk about wishing that the suspension was adjustable for different weights. But I don't believe it is. From what I can see, it's not. Okay. So that was our belt cam with the M5 EcoReco and the M3. So the M3 is a little bit rougher, just a tad noisier. Very similar in a lot of respects, but it does smooth out the rough stuff. Let's get a closer look at that rear suspension. And it looks like it's an elastomer type suspension. And there's the M3 with no suspension. So that's it. Roughness comparison for the M3 and the M5. Alright, well, thanks for watching.